Kuttanad, the rice bowl of Kerala state, is a unique region because of its below mean sea level geography and agricultural practices. The region is spread in 3 districts, major area being in Alappuzha district. Here, land is situated up to 2 meters below mean sea level, and this makes the region highly vulnerable to climatic aberrations. Seawater intrusion, waterlogging during monsoon season, salinity and soil acidity are the main agriculture-related problems faced by the farmers. Torrential downpour and heavy inflow of water from upstream districts during monsoon make the situation further worse. Paddy is the main crop of the region, followed by coconut, banana and vegetables. Livestock, poultry, duck rearing and aquaculture also significantly contribute to the rural livelihood. The main cropping season starts after the southwest monsoon in October-November. During the southwest monsoon months, most of the paddy fields will be in submerged condition. It was in 2011 the ICRA Krishi Vijnana Kendra Alappuzha selected Muttar, a small village in Kuttanad, for technology demonstration under the countrywide project on National Innovations in Climate Resilient Agriculture NICRA. The project was coordinated by ICRA CRIDA Hyderabad at national and Atari Bengaluru at zonal level. Later, in 2017, it was extended to adjacent village Talavadi also. The interventions were formulated after discussion with local self-government and farmers' representatives, line department officials, and local leaders. Organic waste disposal was a major headache, especially for dairy farmers who possessed only small holdings. KVK introduced backyard biogas unit to recycle biowaste generated in households. 58 farm families got the benefit of the technology. Through this recycling, farmers could save considerable amount on the use of LPG cylinders in addition to the nutrient-rich slurry obtained for crop production. Each biogas unit generated cooking gas for an average of 2 hours daily, leading to a saving of 2 to 3 cylinders annually. It accounts for a saving of 1000 to 1500 rupees in a year.
കുട്ടനാടൻ പ്രദേശങ്ങളിൽ വർഷാവർഷങ്ങളായി ഉണ്ടാകുന്ന വെള്ളപ്പൊക്കം മൂലം ജൈവമാലിന്യ സംസ്കരണം വലിയ ഒരു കീറാമുട്ടിയാണ്. ഈ കാര്യത്തിന് പരിഹാരമെന്നവണ്ണം ആലപ്പുഴ ജില്ലയിലെ KVK NICRA പദ്ധതിയിലൂടെ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ലഭിച്ച ബയോഗ്യാസ് പ്ലാന്റിലൂടെ ഞങ്ങൾക്കൊരു വർഷം 8 സിലിണ്ടർ ഉപയോഗിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരുന്ന സ്ഥാനത്ത് ഇപ്പോൾ ഞങ്ങൾ 5 സിലിണ്ടർ മാത്രമേ LPG ഉപയോഗിക്കാറുള്ളൂ. അപ്പോൾ ഇതിലൂടെ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ഗ്യാസ് കിട്ടുന്നത് കൂടാതെ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് വീട്ടിലെ ആവശ്യമായ പച്ചക്കറി, ചെടികൾ മുതലായവയ്ക്ക് ആവശ്യമായ സ്ലറി, ഈ ബയോഗ്യാസ് പ്ലാന്റിലൂടെ കിട്ടുന്ന സ്ലറിയിലൂടെ എല്ലാ കൃഷികൾക്കും ആവശ്യമായ ജൈവവളം ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ലഭിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. അടുക്കള വേസ്റ്റ് നിർമ്മാർജ്ജന ചെയ്യാനുള്ള പദ്ധതിയും കൂടെ ഇതിലൂടെ തയ്യാറാക്കപ്പെടുന്നു.
In order to prevent environmental pollution by optimizing the use of chemical nutrients for crop production, soil samples from different localities were collected and analyzed for its nutrient status. Soil pH, EC and major and micronutrient contents were estimated. Based on the results, soil health cards were issued to farmers. Soil analysis revealed low status of potassium and high acidic nature of soil. Appropriate demonstrations were planned to resolve these issues. KVK introduced application of dolomite during land preparation in paddy. This single practice itself could reduce the fertilizer use by 18% and caused improvement in fertilizer use efficiency. Leaf color chart was used to check the nitrogen status of leaves. It helped in judicious scheduling of nitrogenous fertilizer application. Aquatic weeds, mainly Iconia crassipus, spread over water bodies, canals and rice fields, impaired the inland navigation and caused serious impediments in cultivation. Removal and dispersal of this weed during land preparation for paddy cultivation was a major task to paddy farmers, resulting in considerable loss of time and money. KVK propounded a technology to convert these weeds into nutrient-rich compost using EM solution. The demonstration was a great success as farmers became propagators of the technology. Spread of the technology was ensured by adoption through convergence with Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Scheme. The compost prepared was utilized for vegetable and banana cultivation by women groups. Thus, this technology intervention also prevented further regeneration of the removed weeds in addition to the organic manure produced.
മഴക്കാലം ആകുമ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് പാടങ്ങളിൽ ഒത്തിരി പോളകൾ അടിഞ്ഞു കൂടുന്നുണ്ട്. അത് ഞങ്ങൾ അത് ശേഖരിച്ച് പിന്നെ കേവികക്കാരുടെ സഹായത്തോടെ ഈ എല്ലാതിനും ഉപയോഗിച്ച് അത് വളമാക്കുന്നു. ആ വളം പച്ചക്കറിക്ക്, നഴ്സറി ചെടികൾക്ക് ഇതെല്ലാം ഈർപ്പം പിടിച്ചു നിർത്താൻ ഞങ്ങളത് ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നു.
Before the NICRA program, farmers used excess quantity of seeds in paddy for sowing, which resulted in high incidence of pests and diseases. Farmers used up to 150 kg seeds for sowing 1 hectare land. By the introduction of drum seeder, which is a hand-driven simple machine, the seed rate could be reduced drastically. A farmer could finish sowing of 1 hectare with 30 to 40 kg of seed by using drum seeder, which is a reduction to 1/3 of quantity used earlier. This practice also helped to maintain the optimum plant density and reduced pest and disease incidence by providing good aeration and uniform crop stand. Lodging of plants at harvest stage due to summer showers during February-March lead to additional time for harvest as well as expenditure. This difficulty was also overcome by the use of drum seeder. As plants got sufficient spacing, the anchorage of plants helped them to stand erect and resist lodging.
2011 വർഷം മുതൽ KVKയുടെ നിക്ര പ്രോജക്റ്റുമായിട്ട് ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് നെൽകൃഷിയിൽ നടപ്പിലാക്കിയ പദ്ധതിയിലെ ഒരു കർഷകനാണ് ഞാൻ. വിഭവസംരക്ഷിതവും പരിസ്ഥിതി സൗഹാർദ്ദപരമായ രീതിക്ക് ചെയ്തു വരുന്ന ആ കൃഷി തുടർന്നും ഇപ്പോഴും ചെയ്തു വരികയാണ്. ഉൽപ്പാദന ചെലവിൽ 30% കുറവ് വരുത്തിക്കൊണ്ട് ആ 30% കർഷകർക്ക് അധിക വരുമാനം ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്ന ഒരു രീതിയാണ് അത് മുഴുവൻ ലഭ്യമായത്. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ കർഷകർ ഇപ്പോഴും അത് തുടർന്നു പോരുകയാണ്. ഇതിൻ്റെ അളവിൽ 50-55 കിലോ വരെ ഉപയോഗിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരുന്ന കർഷകർ ഞങ്ങൾ കേവലം 15 കിലോ മാത്രം ഉപയോഗിച്ചാണ് ഇപ്പോൾ കൃഷി വിതയ്ക്കുന്നത്. ഒരു ഡ്രം സീഡർ എന്നുള്ള ഒരു ലഘു ഉപകരണം മുഖേനയാണ് ആ സാങ്കേതികവിദ്യ കൃഷി വിജ്ഞാന കേന്ദ്രം ഇവിടെ നടപ്പിലാക്കിയത്.
Kuttanad was also infamous for the injudicious and indiscriminate use of pesticides. KVK subject matter experts organized a series of trainings and arranged a farmer field school to make them aware on different pest and disease management practices. The biocontrol agent Pseudomonas fluorescens at the rate of 20 grams was used for treating a kilogram of seed before sowing. Later, a foliar spray given at 45 days ensured no disease incidence for the crop. Leaf roller and stem borer, the major pests on paddy, were managed by using trichocards at regular intervals. Farmers adopted these technologies and the adoption increased from 41 to 254 farmers in 8 years. This package of farmer-friendly climate-resilient technologies could provide a net additional return of 25,000 to 30,000 rupees per hectare to the farmers in addition to the environmental services. Burning or leaving the paddy straw in the field was a common practice followed by many in the villages. KVK empowered farmers, especially women, to utilize the paddy straw for mushroom cultivation. Availability of straw during April-May for utilization during June-September monsoon months was an added benefit during the crop holiday period. Micro-enterprise units could be established at different locations in the village. They could produce an average of 9 kg mushroom from 15 birds in a month and earn an additional rupee on every rupee spent. The spent substrate waste was converted to vermicompost, which gave additional returns. More than 10 such units were established in the villages under NICRA project.
ആലപ്പുഴ കൃഷി വിജ്ഞാന കേന്ദ്രത്തിൻ്റെ നിക്ര പദ്ധതിയിലൂടെ ആരംഭിച്ച ഒരു കൂൺ കൃഷിയാണ് ഞങ്ങളുടേത്. ഞങ്ങളുടെ പരിസരത്ത് മൊത്തം വേസ്റ്റായി കിടക്കുന്ന കച്ചി ഉപയോഗിച്ചാണ് ഞങ്ങൾ ഈ കൂൺ കൃഷി ചെയ്യുന്നത്. 7,000-8,000 രൂപ വരെ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് മാസവരുമാനം കിട്ടുന്നുണ്ട്.
ഈ സാങ്കേതിക വിദ്യ ഈ പ്രദേശത്തെ വീട്ടമ്മമാർക്ക് അനുകരിക്കാവുന്ന ഒരു പദ്ധതിയാണ്.
Livestock and poultry rearing ensures livelihood to many farm families in these villages. But both these enterprises were badly affected by the flood during monsoon. Poultry was the worst affected as they could not survive in the traditional cages inundated during waterlogged situation. A modified cage for housing poultry to overcome this difficulty was fabricated and demonstrated to poultry farmers, mainly housewives. The new cage, which has a floor height of 4 feet from ground, can house 10 to 25 birds as per the size. It gave protection from predators, ensured good aeration, and served as a safe place for birds during flood. By this intervention, along with other disease prevention practices like vaccination, mortality of birds during monsoon season could be reduced from 60 to 10%, and subsequently egg production increased from 1,750 eggs to 3,000 eggs per unit per year. Farm women in the villages were empowered by training them in vaccination of their birds, which reduced their dependence on experts.
കൃഷി വിജ്ഞാന കേന്ദ്രത്തിൻ്റെ പദ്ധതിയുടെ ഭാഗമായി വെള്ളപ്പൊക്കത്തിനെ അതിജീവിക്കാൻ കിട്ടിയ കൂടാണിത്. അത് ഞങ്ങൾ 2 തട്ടായിട്ട് ഇങ്ങോട്ട് പണിത് അധികം കോഴിക്കുഞ്ഞുള്ളത് കൊണ്ട് അതുങ്ങളെ ഇടാൻ വേണ്ടിയാണ്. പിന്നെ വെള്ളപ്പൊക്കത്തെ സമയത്ത് ഇതിൻ്റെ മേളിലിടുകയും വെള്ളപ്പൊക്കം ഇല്ലാത്ത സമയത്ത് ഇതിൻ്റെ താഴെ ഇടുകയും ചെയ്യും. വെള്ളപ്പൊക്കം വന്നാൽ ഇത്രയും ഭാഗം വരെ വെള്ളം കയറുകയും ചെയ്യുമായിരുന്നു.
Feeding management is very important for both livestock and poultry. Practice of growing azolla, improved fodder varieties, making of fish silage and straw bricks were demonstrated to ensure protein-rich feeds for enhanced productivity and tolerance to diseases due to the changing weather conditions. Animals succumb to diseases very easily during monsoon. Scientific preventive measures like spraying disinfectant solution was popularized among dairy farmers. In addition, use of cow mats and automatic water drinkers were introduced in dairy units to enhance their resilience to hot summer conditions. Goat rearing also had the same fate as that of poultry, as they could not survive in their traditional housings during flood. KVK demonstrated goat sheds with raised platforms so that animals were not affected by flood and wind during monsoon. These permanent goat sheds became very popular, and its adoption by other farmers recorded a 12 times increase.
ഇനിയിപ്പോൾ ഇത് ഈ കൂട് കിട്ടിയ കാരണം ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് വെള്ളം പൊങ്ങിയാലും ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് പേടിക്കാനില്ല. ആടിനെ മറ്റുള്ള വീട്ടിലോട്ട് കൊണ്ടുപോകേണ്ട കാര്യമില്ല. ഞങ്ങളുടെ ടെറസിൻ്റെ മേളിൽ കൊണ്ടുപോകാനുള്ള പ്രോബ്ലവും ഇല്ല. എല്ലാം കൊണ്ടും ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് നല്ലൊരു അറേഞ്ച്മെൻറ്റാണ് ഗവൺമെൻറ് ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത്. അതിൽ നല്ല താങ്ക്സ് ഉണ്ട് ഗവൺമെൻറ്റിനോട്.
Integrated farming system at homestead level is a viable option for sustainable livelihood and ensures food security. Demonstration of duck and fish integrated farming system was introduced in the village at 25 locations. An additional gross return of rupees 44,000 could be realized from each such unit in a year. When the NICRA project started in Muttar, the major concern of dairy farmers was the lack of proper marketing facilities for milk other than local selling. The Cooperative Milk Society, which had stopped functioning many years before, was revived by the KVK with the participation of dairy farmers and linkage established with the Milma and Dairy Development Departments of the state government. Now, the society daily collects more than 120 liters of milk from around 75 dairy farmers in addition to the supply of cattle feed and other requirements at subsidiary rates. Dairy farmers appreciated this institutional intervention as part of the project as very critical. The successful technologies demonstrated were further upscaled through the collaboration and convergence of various departments and local bodies. Now, drum seeder is provided to farmers on subsidy by the State Department of Agriculture. New poultry and goat shed technologies have been taken by farmers, and farmer-to-farmer technology spread is very much evident. The major climate-resilient technologies validated for the region were presented in the state-level workshop organized by the state government, and many of them were included in second Kutanad package. Thus, NICRA project had a significant impact in adopting climate-resilient as well as resource-conserving technologies by the farmers in Muttar and Talavadi. These technologies guided them to realize higher returns by safeguarding their fragile ecosystem. Yes, it can be quoted as an example for successful project implementation by the effective coordination of scientists, extension workers, farmers, and people's representatives.